Mr. Crawford, you say as a young man, you were not ready for the responsibility of being a father and denied paternity of Patricia Liggins. After 35 years of living with denial and regrets, you are here with your sister to prove Ms. Liggins is, in fact, your biological daughter. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Crawford, you say you've lived for years with regrets and unanswered questions. Tell me about that.
I'm here to right my wrongs and try to prove that she's my daughter.
She does not believe you're her biological father, and yet you're still here to right your wrongs because
Yes,
you
Your
believe
Honor.
you are.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Crawford, this is truly eating away at your brother.
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
How has it been for your family?
It's been kind of up and down because for a long time, we didn't know anything about it. And once he got in touch with her, I realized that it was eating away at him. I knew her mom. We grew up together, grade school. I believe she's ours too.
You do.
Yes, ma'am.
It's been 35 years.
Right.
You haven't seen Ms. Liggins.
No, Your Honor.
Are you ready to see her today?
Yes, ma'am.
Jerome, please escort her in.
Yes, Your Honor. Hello. I'm gonna have you come with me. You're gonna go right up here. Left side.
Ms. Liggins, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
You have doubts. Mr. Crawford is your biological father. Is that correct?
Yes.
Explain.
Well, I would have to say he's not my father because I've never heard of him in my life. It's been 35 years. No one in my family, not even my Auntie Linda, so I'm surprised that she's here saying that he's my father. My mother, not once has she ever mentioned him. I talked to my great aunt. No one close to me has ever heard of him because I grew up knowing that another man was my father. This is really eye-opening to me more than anything. It's hurtful. Too much time has gone by, in and out of foster homes, not knowing who my father is, and then now you're telling me this man is my father. It's just too much. It's really a lot that I'm feeling right now. I'm trying my best to be composed, but this is extreme.
When is the first time you even heard about Mr. Crawford?
Last year, my aunt and my little sister, they were at a, I guess some type of barbecue or what have you. And they called me on the phone, and I'm thinking, like, this has to be a joke. So my aunt gets on the phone, she's like, do you want to hear from your dad? I'm like, my dad? What dad? Who is that? That name, that type of terminology doesn't even exist to me. So I get on the phone, and this gentleman, he gets on the phone, and he's talking to me. More than anything, I'm thinking it's a joke, because my aunt, she's real fun-loving, she's outgoing. I'm like, okay, this has to be a joke. Stop playing with me. So I'm kind of like torn between emotions, don't know what to feel. So I'm talking to him, and then his sister gets on the phone, and I'm talking to her. She's telling me, like, you know, we're gonna make this up to you. Everything is going to be fine. I'm 35 now. I've been living my whole life without a father, and I'm okay with that. But for you to come to me now? Why not years ago? Why now? I really don't understand. I'm kind of lost for words.
This sounds absolutely incredible. 35 years, and you get a call out of the blue.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Shaw, as you listen to your niece, she almost can't believe that you're on this side of the aisle saying you believe Mr. Crawford is her biological father.
Yes, Your Honor. And first of all, I told China about her father.
That's a lie. I've never heard of this man in my life.
I'm not going to lie to you, Your Honor, because I know him in the court of law. I've told China about her father. They told her her father was dead. That's why she didn't pursue to look for him.
No, I was told that another man was my father whole life.
I know who her daddy is.
Ms. Shaw, were you around when her mother dated Mr. Crawford?
Yes, ma'am, I was.
And so you remember that courtship?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And that's why you're so convinced he is your niece's biological father?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
She's about the only one that's convinced because I'm not convinced. I've never heard of this man in my life until last year. So I don't know where all of this is coming from and why is it now? Why not so many years ago? Why today?
Mr. Crawford, that is a good question. Why is this taking so long?
Why it took so long? Her mom and I, we went together. We was out celebrating on the 4th of July, and we ended up being together. One time, after that, I haven't seen her mother anymore until she had a baby came around, and I said, "Who baby is that?" She said, "Yours." I said, "No, I don't think so."
That's the doubt.
Oh, so you're saying you were intimate with her mother.
Right.
But you all weren't in a committed relationship.
No, we weren't.
You weren't boyfriend and girlfriend.
No, we was not.
Baby.
So this was just like,
A get together.
okay, so you had a sexual encounter.
Yes. After that, I ended up going to work on a cruise boat out of town, so I didn't hear nothing else.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
Her mom and I, we kind of hung out in the neighborhood. I actually remember China at 2 or 3 months, I think she was.
You what?
She brought her to the house.
Yes, she did.
But the part that lost me, she never told me that was my brother's baby. As friends, she was calling me, asking me, will I watch her baby for her? And I did. Not knowing that her and my brother had any dealings at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just as sorry that it's 35 years, it's absurd to me too.
Ms. Liggins, as you listen to this testimony, I see that it really
It's
is.
really hurt. This is just horrible. This is a horrible situation. This is every reason why we have to be careful of the choices that we make. We cannot.
That's right.
People get hurt by this.
Yeah.
Oh God, this is. Oh God. Oh God, I'm just here for answers. I mean, again, I don't have anything against this gentleman here. He seems like a nice guy. I just don't want to get my hopes up. I'm just torn.
I want to ask you, Ms. Shaw, if you knew this even back then and you say, I knew this was his child, what prevented you, or why did you decide not to ever tell your niece?
Your Honor, I told China.
You never told me this. I don't know why would you even sit here and lie. The
China,
first time
why
I
would I-
found out was last
First of all,
year. I would
talk
have
with
reached
your
out to him
mama.
myself if I heard about him. Why wait now? People keep secrets all the time, and secrets, you need to speak up. Closed mouth doesn't get fed. You have to talk about things. You can't just keep things to yourself.
Ms. Shaw,
Yes, ma'am.
you said you knew when Ms. Liggins' mom and Mr. Crawford were seeing one another.
Yes, ma'am.
So you remember when your sister got pregnant? You remember when she
Well,
saw
I don't
him?
know when she got pregnant, but I know when she did the wild thing.
Right. How do you know that?
I was in my house.
And what happened?
She asked me if he could spend the night. It was during the 4th of July weekend.
And you're saying Mr. Crawford and your sister were intimate in your house?
I'm quite sure they was, because the door was closed. You ain't doing nothing with the door doing closed.
So, Mr. Crawford, do you remember being intimate with Ms. Liggins' mom
loud.
at Ms. Shaw's house?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did your sister ever say to you, I was intimate with Mr. Crawford and now I'm pregnant with his baby?
Yes, I asked her, what's wrong with you? Are you pregnant? I said, you around here throwing up and doing a whole lot of sleeping. I said, what the problem is? She said, I'm gonna have a baby. I said, well, what? Who the daddy? She said, Eddie. I said, Eddie who? She said, Eddie Crawford, Jessica brother. I said, I knew it. I said, that weren't.
Okay,
I
but
knew
you
it.
guys knew it, but no one ever told me.
And so what was life like growing up without a father?
Oh, I had to create this bold personality. I call myself Lion-Hearted Liggins because I have to put on this shell, like I'm just by myself, strong and determined and being my own father, trying to find my way, making mistakes and not having that man there to tell me like, okay, oh, he isn't good for you, so I'm just trying to figure life out on my own. So it's been very heartbreaking, Sometimes I would be so confused. I'll see other people with their dad like, man, I wish I had that. Then I'll just have to like pull myself up by the straps and just keep it moving like, oh, well, it is what it is. I just began to accept things for what they are. And then now last year, I'm still kind of like taken aback by this. I'm thinking this can't be real. They're just making up something.
I
And
ain't
I'm
gonna
like,
make up
why?
daddy for you, baby.
But why? I'm like, I don't have any money, so I don't know why he's reaching out to me. Like, why do he want me to be his daughter? Because I don't have anything for him. I can't offer him anything. So why?
That's sad.
This is just all wrong. So we need answers.
Yes, Mr. Crawford.
A year ago, when I first started talking to her, Linda ran into my sister and I. She didn't see me at first. She seen my sister and said, you have a niece. And she said, I've been to call her for y'all. That's the first time I started speaking with her. And like,
Right, and he would
when
text
she
me
asked
every day. I even
realized
started
when I
calling him
found out,
Pops.
I started texting her.
From that
You
day
did
forward.
from the moment.
From that day till
forth,
now.
he would text me every day. I kind of like got irritated
now.
by it. Like, dude,
What?
every single day he would like text me. And I'm
Every
like,
day.
this dude keep texting me every day. So then I just was like, okay, let me give him a chance. He seems like a nice person.
What would he text you and say?
He'll say good morning. I'll be like, what's up, Pops? You know, trying to see how it feels to even say that.
Oh,
You know.
yes.
But I also want to say this to China, if you will receive it. I lived in the house with my brother, and I didn't know. So my heart goes out to you because you one did most of the suffering with these years. But I also want you to recognize I knew your mom, and he's my brother, and I didn't know. I want to help her. I hope she is ours. Okay? I want her to let her know where she came from. And like she says, she don't know why this is going on because she ain't got no money. We don't either, but we got some love.
And that's all it takes.
Yes.
And that's all it takes.
I guarantee you get that.
And I see that makes you emotional
Yeah, it does.
because you feel like you can feel her pain.
I feel like if she's his, I let her down too. I should have known.
Mr. Crawford, during that time, you testified that you denied it was your baby. When she said, this is your baby, you said, no, it's not.
I had denied it on the thing about me having intercourse with her on July. And they saying she was born in January.
Yeah,
Didn't add up to me.
But we learned that she was premature, so she wouldn't be on the roster of conception.
So I say it's a possibility she might be mine. So I'm finna find out. She and I talked, and I say, don't trip off nothing. We'll find our DNA and tell us the truth.
And I have that truth for you.
Thank you.
And I appreciate it.
I do. I don't want to make you wait one moment longer. You've been through so much, Miss Liggins. Jerome, may I have the envelope, please? Before I read the results, Miss Liggins, your hopes. Are you hoping today that Mr. Crawford is your biological father?
It would be nice, but I've already created this shell. Like, just accept it for what it is. So I don't want to get my hopes high, you know, and if he's not my dad, I have to go back to living how I already was living without a dad. So I'm just going to say he's not my dad.
But if he is, we're coming through that shell.
Come on,
She has to
baby.
be broken.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Crawford versus Liggins, when it comes to 35-year-old Patricia Liggins, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Crawford,
Yes, Your Honor.
you are not the father.
Man.
It's all right.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Miss
Can I
Liggins.
hug you? Are you here for you? Okay. Look at me. I know a lot about your mom, and I'm sorry. I didn't know either. Okay?
Come here. I'm hoping everything turned out all right. I'm gonna still be calling you. Okay?
I'm sure you would.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Mrs. Wilson, you are back in my courtroom because after originally denying your son, your soon-to-be ex-husband is now denying your firstborn daughter, Peyton. You say Mr. Wilson is nothing but a deadbeat, who has abandoned you and your children in order to play house with his new little girlfriend and baby. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Wilson, you claim your wife is a gifted manipulator who refused to stop cheating on you with her ex-boyfriend. You and your new girlfriend say your wife's inability to stay faithful to you resulted in countless humiliations, as well as the birth of her daughter, and you intend to prove that her ex is the father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Wilson, you say your husband's paternity denial makes you furious.
Yes,
Tell the
Your
court why.
Honor. It makes me furious because I just feel like I shouldn't have to raise Peyton and the other two by myself, knowing that he is the father, and he knows he's the father. They know him as daddy. They've called him daddy since day one. So I don't know why he's trying to deny them now.
And you're raising all the children
Yes, Your Honor.
by yourself.
Yes, Your Honor.
No help from Mr. Wilson, your husband.
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Wilson, you don't believe you're Peyton's biological father.
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor,
And I have
whenever
reasons,
he
Your Honor.
does see them, though, I have to provide everything. I have to call him to beg him to see them, which I shouldn't have to do.
She's
That's
never
not my
called to
job.
beg him to see anybody. Never once.
And so you're saying he doesn't even want to establish a relationship with Peyton?
He has a relationship with Peyton. Every time that he sees a picture or she sees a picture of him or anything, she cries for him.
And you say you are doubtful, Mr. Wilson, that Peyton is your biological child.
Yes, Your Honor.
You believe your wife's ex is Peyton's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor. Throughout our whole relationship, Your Honor, she cheated on me with this guy multiple times. Multiple times. And
that's a lie, Your Honor. I cheated one time, and it really wasn't even cheating because we were not together. And I did get a hickey, and I'm going to admit it. And I did lie about it, but...
and she just now told the truth right here, right now. It took
Just
that
in this
long.
moment.
No,
Took that long.
I've told the
This
truth
long.
the whole time.
No, your excuse was the dog jumped off the bed and hit your neck. How does that happen? You know what I'm saying?
And what was your excuse for texting your ex?
Okay, so you believe she cheated with her.
Oh, I know she did, Your Honor.
Oh, you know she did. Around the time Peyton was conceived.
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you believe this happened?
Okay, 2 weeks into our relationship, we worked together, right? We both had the same job. That's how we seen each other. She never showed up one day. She didn't show up, so I texted her. I said, you know, where was you at today? You know, I missed you.
And I
all
told
that.
you from the
She
get-go
said
I had to go
orthodontist.
to the orthodontist.
Orthodontist, right? Well, that night, this guy texts me and tells me that Haley was at his house.
And that's a lie, too, because I told you I went there. My ex never texted you.
She never said that.
So you get a text from a guy and says, your wife was at his house?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so did you confront her?
Yes, Your Honor. She lied. She said she went to the orthodontist. That was it.
Oh, so had you gone to the orthodontist, Miss Wilson?
I did go to the orthodontist.
Did you also go by your
And the only
ex's?
reason that I was at my ex's house was to see his sister. He was not there. And the only reason I didn't feel the need to tell him was because I didn't do nothing wrong.
I want to be clear, Mr. Wilson. From the moment you found out your wife was pregnant with Peyton, you had doubts.
Yes, Your Honor. Because her family members were telling me, you know,
They didn't believe this child was yours.
no.
They didn't believe Peyton was yours.
No, they knew there was a chance that she wasn't.
And they've told him that multiple times, and I believe that's where his doubt comes from. But the family members that tell him that stuff are two-faced anyway. So I don't know why he would believe them anyway.
So, but these are your family members. You
tell me them two faces don't look identical. Please tell me.
Your Honor,
She looks like a
other
spitting
guy-
image of him.
Your Honor, the other guy, if you took a picture of him when he was about 13 or 14.
Because she has blonde hair,
No,
blue eyes,
no.
and that's his doubt.
No.
I
Me and
thought-
this guy could be brothers. We could.
I just can't believe he's doing this. Like,
Doing what? Being sure? You want to say that I'm the father? Let's make sure, you know what I'm saying?
I left my ex to be with him. So, I mean, it was 2 weeks before
She just admitted that
me
she
and
left
him
this
got
guy
together.
for me.
Well, what it's saying to me is she slept with two guys in the window of conception.
No, I had Peyton in November. We got together in November. You tell me how the heck I can be pregnant for a year, and that's what he's trying to say.
So you're saying the timeline doesn't add up.
It don't. There ain't no way.
But you disagree.
I hope I am. I
You
really,
do?
I do hope I am.
Well, if he wants to be her daddy, he needs to step up and act like one. Stop being a part-time dad. I shouldn't have have to provide everything that they need for them to come see you.
And I can see that hurts you. You feel, what are you feeling, Miss Wilson?
I shouldn't have to beg you, Taylor. You know what it's like not having
You
a dad.
shouldn't
We
put
both
me in-
know what it's like not having
Exactly.
parents that are there for us.
Exactly, but you shouldn't
They
put me in
need
that
them.
position, Haley, to have to wonder if she is my child or not. If we were
Well,
together,
if you really had doubt, Taylor, you shouldn't have stepped up and act like a daddy anyway.
Okay, Miss Wilson,
I'm sorry.
I know you're
I'm so
upset.
sorry.
Watch your language. Miss Wilson, I have to ask you, did you ever tell this other guy that he was Peyton's biological?
No, that was a family member, and I proved it already, and I
no, Your
told
Honor, that's
him.
a lie. I have
Is it?
proof, Your Honor.
You do?
May I show you?
Yes, you may. Is
fake
that the
messages?
exhibit?
Yes, ma'am.
Please step over to the exhibit.
Your Honor, these are text messages from Haley and her ex. She states that he looks just like you. Look at her feet, her eyes, her ears. She's sent pictures of Peyton to this man, and right away, right off the rip, he said, she's not mine. He denied her from the beginning. She said, do you want to get a DNA test? He said no. If she was 100% sure that I was the father, why would she be texting another man talking about my alleged daughter looks like him?
That was not me. That was a family member that did that.
What motive does your family member have to spread these kind of lies?
I have no idea.
You think, Miss Wilson, that Mr. Wilson, your husband, has decided to move on because he has a new girlfriend and they have a baby now?
Yeah, he
Nothing.
focuses
He moved on
more.
before we had a baby, though. That's the thing.
He didn't move on
We didn't
too
plan on
much
having
because
a
he kept
baby.
on coming back to me.
And that right there is the anger right there, because we have actually moved on. We have our own thing going, you know what I'm saying?
Have you seen Peyton, the other children, since the last time you appeared in court?
No, Your Honor.
That's tough for the children.
And it hurts me because I have to come up with excuses for them.
And you're running out of excuses.
I am.
You've brought a witness, Miss Wilson. I'd like to hear from her. Please stand, ma'am. Step over to the podium. State your name for the court.
Amanda Gray.
Ms. Gray, you are what relationship to Miss Wilson?
She's my niece. I'm her aunt.
All right. And what do you know about this paternity situation as it relates to Peyton?
I see Haley struggle every day. Just taking care of the kids, having to purchase everything for the kids. Just a daily grind of her just by herself with 3 kids is really
I
tough.
can't even keep a job because it's so hard to find daycare.
Your Honor, I have told her multiple
And
times, if she would just call a daycare, I will pay for that.
you ain't got no worries, Taylor. That's the thing. You don't have nothing to worry about.
You don't either, Haley. You got a nanny
I
that
have
gives you
everything to worry about. I have 3 kids that I have to worry about on a daily basis. I have to wake up, change their diapers, do everything for them.
I'm trying to help you out, but yeah, you just got to figure
But are you
it out.
helping? Why are you helping if you don't believe Peyton's your biological
Because I have
child?
done built a bond.
Because he
with
loves her, you
I've
know.
done built. She knows me as daddy.
And it makes you emotional when you just look at her.
I've done built a bond with her. My first child, you know, I looked at her like my first child. For somebody to say that she's not, you know what I mean? That it just leaves a hole in my heart. It really does.
If you feel this way about her, why haven't you seen her? Father, no father, biology, no DNA, no DNA. If you feel this way about her, why haven't you come to see her or helped with her
Or
upbringing?
just give a call to talk to them. That's all it takes. A
Honor-
simple phone call. You're on your phone all the time. Call them every now
Right
and
now, we are still struggling.
It don't matter.
We can't get
food. Does
food.
not make a crap.
We don't
We can't
have
get
somebody,
food.
Haley.
You know what I'm saying? Like
And
they
you think
can't
I
eat.
do.
We don't even eat. We have to go to my grandparents to eat. So we
Something I
can't
have to
get
work
them
on.
until we're done struggling. You know what I'm saying? But he still sees them.
you could
not
still
like he
see 'em.
should.
Exactly.
Not like he
So,
should, but he still
Then
sees
I
them.
have another
It don't
question.
matter. A phone call. That's what I'm saying. A phone call. Just to say, hey, how are you doing?
But what I don't understand is you have 3 children and you 2 have 1. And I keep hearing testimony about how we don't have any money, how we don't have any food, and how we're struggling. Why do we keep making babies and you can't take care of them?
It ain't like I'm out to just make a bunch of babies. It's not. I mean,
I think it is.
Whether you say it's your intention or not to go out there and make a bunch of babies, you've gone out there and made a bunch of babies, potentially. And this is very real because at the end of the day, you're learning the lessons that those of us who have children, and we know this each and every day, these children gotta eat. They need clothing, they need shelter, they need care, they need an education. I don't know if Peyton's your biological child or not. We're gonna find that out today, but what we do already know is y'all need to stop making babies. Yeah. That's the truth. You worry, Ms. Wilson, why he won't step up and take care of the children. They can barely take care of themselves.
I know, but they still need a father figure there.
Absolutely do. That's the tragedy in all of this. These little people. And when you say he's not there and he's not doing this, there's a part of me and I look at him and I go, where are you, Mr. Wilson? But then when they explain where they are, they sit up there trying to find something to eat. That's where children get shortchanged because the parents are not on solid ground, so they can't provide solid ground for children. You can't provide what you don't have.
Yes, ma'am.
What are your hopes, Miss Wilson? I see you in tears. What are you feeling, and what are you hoping today?
When I see the results, I know they're coming back that he's the father, but I just hope that he steps up and does something for these kids because he knows what it's like, and they should not have to suffer through what he suffered through as a kid. And it's sad watching them beg for their daddy and not have him there.
Yeah, because they know him as daddy. So I'm just hoping he does step up and be the daddy that they need him to be, you know?
And if he's not her biological father,
he
is your ex willing to be there and step up?
I don't even talk to my ex, so I mean.
Mr. Wilson, what are your hopes?
Honestly, I really do hope she is. I really do. I've done belt to bottom with her. She knows me as daddy, and I wouldn't want it any other way.
And as emotional as that makes you, to talk about her, to look at her face, and I see every time you do, I see you have a very real love for her, and it's genuine. You have to know that if you are the father, she's 2 years old, and she's sitting around, running around here asking where her daddy is. Now, as much as you say you love her, DNA or not, you know that that's not how you're supposed to do a little girl or a little boy. Leave them wondering where you are. So we need to get this thing together today. It's going to start today. And it's going to start with the truth. Jerome, can I have the envelope? These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Wilson versus Wilson, when it comes to 2-year-old Peyton Wilson, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Wilson, you are the father.
Thank you.
You are her father.
Now step up, please.